2, 1. Hey everybody, we're back. It's episode 10. We made it 10 episodes in. I don't know how we've done it, but we did. And I
don't believe it.
didn't screw up the pre-show stuff again this week, so I'm fixing things. We're being more consistent. As a reminder, usually we actually record Saturdays. This week I had some issues with one of my sons and how he slept and he wasn't feeling well, so we're recording on Sunday this week. Hope everybody's doing well. But let's get to these games of the week. Suave, what do you got for us?
There was that AGL set.
There was
game one. Game one, we had C host subbing in for support. And then game two, I had to fill those pretty big shoes. I think I did it.
Oh, we fragged game two.
Yeah,
we fragged game two.
We won't talk about game one. We want to talk about game three.
No, game three was fine. Game three was fine until I threw. Okay, like that's.
Hey man, I said we don't have to talk about it.
It's okay.
There was that Bacasera solo game. We were getting ran at in the mid 3v3, but I soloed and Odin like 4 times in lane on Bacasera.
That game was fun.
Yeah, I got that animosity online and I was pumping out damage.
Was that our like 53-minute game? Was that game?
54 minutes and 37 seconds.
That game was rough.
Let's see. Any rank game? Do I have any rank games? I got a few. I took a few L's. You know how that is. Everything else is pretty normal. I did some grinding on Wizard 101. I got the best gear set I can get on one of my characters, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a variety of different things. First of all, we did custom Joust randomizer smite, and that was so much fun after last week's podcast. That's something we will probably continue doing. But that was just a dummy good time. I played more Crowfall. I got max level for that. Hopped into PvP, messed around the beta a little bit. I'm going to keep messing around with that until it releases in July, and then I'm going to go hard. So if you have questions over Crowfall, hit me up. I can either answer them for you or point you in the direction of someone that can. I did play a lot of ranked this week, and I had a lot more issues in ranked this week. But I played on Sunday. I went back and did Sunday ranked. I know, the cursed Sunday ranked. But me and Kenny won both games. And then at night, I was like, all right, Gilly, let's run a rank game. And I probably had my best ADC rank game I've played thus far. I went 18, 1, and 7 on Chiron. I was level 20 at 18 minutes. And I just ran at everybody. Like at that point, like you're not killing me unless I like let you. Like it was just a good time. I finished up the Fortnite Battle Pass, which I always like play Fortnite. That might be cringe to some people, but I enjoy it because like I don't do all the building and stuff. Like I like minimally build, and I just wreck kids that do, so it feels good. I got respect banned in a scrim. That's all we're gonna say about that scrim. I got respect banned. Other than that, nothing to talk about from that scrim. Yo, we need to shout out somebody for games of the week. We need to shout out Boss during game 2 of the BMB scrim, where this man literally carried his brains out on Yanis. I mean, he was hitting everything. I was doing commentary on it, and holy smokes, like it was insane. It was insane. Every time, like I was like, Boss is dead here. Nope, Boss is killed already. There was a point where they lost the fight. 4 people are running after, I don't remember if there's 1 or 2 people, we're running down mid, and Boss goes around, portals through the wall, and then kills somebody in the back line, and then gets out. And I was like, dude, I try to do that, I'm dead, 100%. Like, it's not even a question. I am absolutely dead. Other than that, I started slamming back some Minecraft dungeons because there's a birthday event with all these like birthday pieces. Like there's an armor set, there's a weapon, there's a bow. So it's like the armor set's a birthday cake, the weapon's a sparkler, the bow is called Candy Rush, and then if you complete all the things, you get a cape that's like a candy, like frosted with Sprinkle's cape. The problem is this event was bugged and it took us multiple freaking days to get this done. Like I spent a week playing Minecraft Dungeons doing these same stupid levels, and then after we got done, the cape didn't unlock for Luke, so I had to go back and do it on Luke's account. I I've
Uh,
never been so frustrated, but like I'm glad they fixed it and gave extra time. So like shout out to them for fixing it and giving extra time. But holy smokes, I'd just rather play the game and like go through the DLCs. Um, Wednesday was probably my hypest day of the week. I had a Luke and Dad day out. We went to up to Opry Mills, and at David Buster's they added a new Minecraft Dungeons arcade game, and we played it for like 40 straight minutes. And every time, so like when you scan your card, it gives you like a hero card, and you can have like a hero, a pet, a weapon, or a ranged weapon. And it was just a ton of fun. We did, if you beat 2 levels, you can do the final level, and we did that, made it onto the leaderboard. And then I beat a claw machine, so that felt good because claw machines are rigged. No one can tell me otherwise. Um, Other than that, I slammed some more ranked. I played Medusa into Chiron and popped off. Had a really toxic support that apologized after the game, so that was pretty dope. Uh, I got a steal. Oh yeah, the steal with Danzaburo during our warm up game for the AGL set. So if it hasn't been prevalently known, if you don't know this, I steal objectives all the time. So we were pulling Gold Fury, and we lost Suave, and we lost, I think, Sea Host on the Gold Fury. Like they died to Gold Fury, and this Neath comes up and starts auto attacking it, like she's gonna take it. And I was like, nah, we ain't about that life. I said, Bill, are you ready for this? And I hop in the Don's and Burrow rocket, fly towards Neath, delete Neath. And as I delete Neath, I also steal the Gold Fury with like 2 more autos. So that felt really good. Um, then we had the AGL set we mentioned. Boots are a crutch, and I will stick to that, even though that's not the full reason we lost that game. I was getting one of my sons back to sleep, and I forgot to buy boots. I've done that twice in comp games over the past like 2.5 years now. So I don't know, man. Like I don't think me having boots actually changes anything. The crazy part is I didn't have boots, and the ADC on the enemy team wouldn't fight me. I was mind boggled, and like I was like on my 6th item when I realized I don't have boots, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna not buy boots. I can just get speed pot. Like there's no point in buying them at this point because I'm just gonna sell them in an item anyway. Um, just buy boots. Just buy boots at the beginning of the game. Um, my last 2 things were, speaking of Fortnite, I played the new season, and ended up in a 1v1 against this dude that was like cranking 90s and doing all sorts of edits and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is probably an L. And I end up like building to where he has to come down to me, so that way he can't use high ground. And I peeked him with a shotgun and won the game. That felt pretty sick. And then lastly, I don't know how much harder I could have carried in a rank game yesterday. My rank game, and the honest mistake to our solo, our Kukulane, he starts the game with benevolence, and he's like, no, I bought the wrong item. I'm like, bro, it's good. It wasn't good. He got ganked on cooldown. And I think it was like 5 minutes in, and I 1v2'd a Neath Sobek when I was like half health. And I got both of them. I got the double kill, and I literally just type in chat, do not worry about duo lane. Just worry about everywhere else. Like for my jungle and support. Like you guys worry about getting everybody else taken care of. There was a point where I was 1 versus 5. I had everybody under a quarter health, and my team couldn't finish off the fight. Like they just didn't want to win the game. So it feels bad, but that was my ranked experience. I had several PC crashes this week. One of them, I was very far ahead in a rank game. I think we were like 8k up, and our mid decided he didn't want to play, and my PC crashed when I was going into a fight, and that's what lost us the game. I've crashed when we were playing the other night. I had like encoder issues with stream. So we've been having a lot of problems I've been trying to sort out ever since that reset, and I'm actually started looking at new PCs over the past couple days, so probably over the next few weeks we'll have a new PC coming. That's what I'm thinking. But that's my games. I played a lot of different games this week. I was slamming some Crowfall, slamming some Smite, some Minecraft Dungeons. I even hopped on Brawlhalla with Boss last night, and we did duos, which in ranked duos you can damage each other, and that makes things very interesting. Um, but I thought we played well. I think like we were doing casuals, and then we started getting matched against people that were like, I don't know what the rank system is in that game, but like they were very very good. They were like they were like Smite Diamond Masters players, okay, but in Brawlhalla, and they were smickety smacking us. So that was a fun time. But I think that's pretty much it for my games of the week. I've just been
We
watching a lot of MMO
completely
stuff.
forgot about our randomizer queues last night.
Oh yeah. Randomizer queues, Ra- randomizer queues where we won. Like the first game, I was like, if we win with this, I was like tank Oleron out, like stomping an Uller in lane. And then the next randomizer, we got stomped. I think we did two, right? And then I was like, I'm taking the next one serious. Is that what happened? Uh,
Uh,
or did we do three
I think so.
randomizers? I don't know.
Uh, it was 2.5 because,
Oh,
well,
that's right. We did. We surrendered that one at like 12, I think.
no, we didn't surrender any of them, but the second game was the one where you had to go Tiamat.
Oh,
Bill got Kumba support, and I got full tank Chiron jungle.
yeah, that game was rough.
Yeah,
And I was out. I was boxing the Chiron. I almost 1v1 to Chiron with that really crappy build.
it's really hard to be effective in jungle when you can't clear camps.
Yeah. I mean, randomizer probably should be saved for modes other than conquest, but we were just like memeing and having a good time.
And then game 3, I got the nutty Baron support build. That felt pretty good. I got the rush staff of Mirrodin.
Nice.
Overall, I had fun with that.
Well,
Kenny went the your mid.
Oh yeah.
Went what 6-1-14.
I don't know. My serious game, I played Uller, and I was smacking people with the combo. And I don't play Uller often, but that game felt good. Felt good.
I think that's about it.
Okay. So I have been deving around in MMOs back into MMOs, I guess I should say, over the past couple weeks. Oh, that's right. Bill mentions in the chat that we forgot the monkey game. That was one of our randomizer games. We all
That was
played.
the first one.
It was like
Yeah.
Wukong, bats, and then I think we had a Raijin, but they didn't use the monkey skin.
No, we did not.
Oh, we didn't have it. Okay. Well, we tried to have monkey
You said
comp.
you said you wanted to play Raiden so you could use the skin.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I've been diving into some newer MMOs. There's a lot coming out. If you're looking for MMOs, there's a ton. There's like Lost Ark's coming out. It's an alpha right now. New World's coming out with a closed beta next month and release in August. Crowfall's coming out next month and it's in beta right now. You can go on their website, sign up for a beta, use BlaiseMcBaine, and it'll give you a code. There was another one that just slipped my mind. Oh, Swords of Legend Online. And one thing that always comes up with new MMOs and even older MMOs is pay to win. And this has been a big issue with New World, because New World announced some stuff like rested XP and teleportations and things like that. But overall, they have had a few issues with what people are considering to be pay to win. I don't think boosting in level, at least when the game comes out, I can understand it. Like getting extra XP, I can understand how that is considered pay to win in some sense. But like every MMO has some sort of level boost. Every single one. So I don't consider that to be pay to win, but I wanted to go over like kind of what we thought's pay to win and what we don't think's pay to win in a game. Like to me, if it's cosmetic, I don't think it's pay to win. Like there's nothing pay to win about that. Convenience, now that can go a couple different ways. Like in the sense of like giving a level boost. Like if you played Final Fantasy 14, you don't want to play Realm Reborn. It's terrible, but it has a lot of the backstory. So like a lot of people buy level boosts, but I don't think that's pay to win. I think pay to win's more in like a PvP sense. When you're actually getting items that make you better than another player that they would therefore have to go buy. I also think like in Smite, there's some skins that are called pay to win because like their what am I looking for? Their sound effects are like
Or
silence or
animations.
animations are weird. And like I understand that a little bit more, but even then it's more geared to being a cosmetic. That wasn't the initial feature of it. Um but why do you like what do you think, Suave? Like what is I guess like what kind of content do you think is pay to win? And on top of that, why do you think it's such a prevalent problem in MMOs? More than I well, it's not even MMOs. I guess you could say even like I think it's probably worse in mobile games, right? There's definitely pay to win in mobile games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just anything that you buy that you either can't attain without paying for or can't attain easily without paying for. That gives you an advantage over other players. So it could be gear, it could be like a hero in a mobile game kind of thing, where like if you do all your daily quests and whatnot, you get a little bit of currency, but it costs a lot of currency, and it might only cost like $5 in like real world money, but that's still paying. So I think that that's what pay to win is. Anything that you basically either have to, well, I mean, anything that you just spend money on to give yourself an edge over players.
Yeah,
I
gaining
don't
an
think that
advantage.
works. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily works like that in games like Clash of Clans or other games where it's based on like where you get matched with people who are more similar to you. I think that it matters a lot more in games where everyone gets tossed in together.
Right.
I think so. For example, if there was, well, I don't even know because I think that with cosmetics, it's kind of a double-edged sword where they're just made to look cool, but then sometimes they give an advantage. It becomes something that's pay to win, but it's not originally intended that way.
Right. And that's what I was
So
kind of
for
getting out the Smite skins. Like
yeah,
that's not their original intention at
it
all.
would be like if they added a skin to Fortnite, like a ninja skin, and it like they gave it some like
No
little
footsteps or
effect.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, with to make it more realistic and more enjoyable to play as and like to play with, but then also giving a tactical advantage kind of thing. So I think that that's always rough, but for the most part, it's like if the maximum damage on a weapon that you can get at a level is like 15, and then there's one that you can buy for like $5 worth of in-game currency that gives you like 20, 25, 30 damage. It's something like that where it just like jacks up your stats and
Yeah.
there's nothing like comparable that you can get by like putting in time. It in Wizard 101 there are similar kind of things, but every like most of the stuff that or most of the best in slot gear is stuff that you can get by grinding out. And then as far as all the things that the best in slot or like the best few items in slot are you have to pay for. There are plenty that are comparable that you can get by grinding as well. They won't necessarily be as good, but they're not like significantly worse. It might be like a point here, a point there down, but it's all basically the same.
Right. I think my thing is like I always enjoy the grind and the accomplishment of getting something. So for me to go buy a pay to win item, I'm not going to do it. Like I understand why some people would. And I guess so with New World, Amazon's argument was that some people just won't have as much time as other players, so they wanted to give them an option to be able to get to in-game content faster. But I don't know, like to me that doesn't seem as much like pay to win. Like they do that with some games over in China where there's an MMO. I forgot the name of it. I was like watching a person play Swords of Legend online the other day and they talked about it. But like there's like a pay to win mechanic in quotation marks that allows them to get to in-game content faster because they don't have as much time to play games. And like that makes sense to me, and I don't think that's too bad unless it's giving them a competitive edge on top of it. Like if it's
But
just boosting level, meh.
that wouldn't give a competitive advantage
Right,
because
right,
there's going to be a level cap to where you can get, and if you're going into a PvP environment, especially in MMOs, I know that there's not really matchmaking in mobile games, so pay to win is a lot more prevalent. But eventually, you're going to hit the level cap, and there's only like
right.
the gear only gets so good. So you paying, it might be as good, might be a little bit better, might be a little bit worse than whatever gear can be grinded out. So at the end of the day, as long as there is a level cap and matchmaking, I don't think pay to win
Yeah, I
truly
don't like, and that's
exists.
that's kind of my point. Is like I was listening to people talk about it and get upset, and I'm like, there's no competitive advantage here. Like, why are you upset? Like, not only that, like if you pay for a boost on a class, like you don't know how to play that class. Like that's what I think. Like you're having to go and like learn how to play that class, and like that might be unenjoyable for a while. you might
Yeah,
you might get stomped whether or not you boosted to max level or not.
especially having all of those buttons and not having the time to figure out what each one does individually.
Yeah, like it's definitely, in my opinion, like a rough way to go. I know Crowfall made their announcement of like a subscription based thing each month, and like I didn't even think that had much pay to win in it. Like the biggest issue that people have with it, and I can like understand like this being considered pay to win, but it's not. Is it gives you unlimited respecs on your bill without having to pay in-game gold. So you could do it with in-game gold, but you can do it unlimitedly if you have VIP, and they give everybody the first month for free. And VIP is like $10. So if you knew you're gonna build test a lot in a month, you could pay $10 and get unlimited respecs, or just grind out getting gold, which isn't too terribly hard to do.
That doesn't sound like pay to win. It
Yeah.
sound like you could definitely do it like you could kind of theory craft it in your head and not waste the gold on
Right.
it.
Right.
If you don't want to put in the $10, you're gonna have to compensate in some way. And that's just thinking about it before you do it instead of trying to test out every little thing that comes to your head.
Well, and like I so like the part of I don't remember if, have you played Diablo 2 where you like or you have you played a game where like you spec into like dexterity, intellect, and all
I
that?
played Diablo 3.
Okay, so like you know how you can spec into like strength, intellect, all these different like stats. So you get like 10 stat points and you can like divvy that up how you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the in Crowfall there's that on top of
Yeah.
your gear and your build. So like I could understand people getting a little bit upset, but like in my opinion, if they gave everybody a free respec at level 30 when you hit max level, that fixes the issue. Also, I don't. They haven't said how much it's going to cost in in-game gold yet, but I can't imagine it's going to be horribly expensive to do with in-game gold. And it's, I think, just doing like 1 through 30. Like I had like 15K at the end of it, so it's not like it was hard to come across gold. Which,
I
from my
think
opinion, like
that
10 to 20 was the amount they were thinking about going with.
it should definitely start out cheap, and then Wizard 101 has a similar kind of feature where on each character you can do it for crowns, which are the purchasable by money, but you can also like do some daily. You can do daily things and
And get
get
them.
free currency. But basically, it starts out really cheap, and then it gets exponentially more expensive as you use more on one character. So like if you mess up once or twice, it's not really gonna punish you, but like if you're going at it for like your fifth or sixth time, then it's gonna get real expensive. And they do training point buybacks as like a thing every few weekends or so for members. So it's very much similar.
I was gonna say I think ESO does that too, where like whenever you respec, you it costs more the next time. But like anytime there's
Yeah,
a major patch, they give you like a free respec. So like that's pretty cool.
especially especially in early access, they need that because they're adding in so many new features that you literally wouldn't have the opportunity to
Right.
test out.
So I don't know. That I just kind of wanted to touch on pay to win because I saw that being like such a issue that's still being brought up when it comes to MMOs. I'm like, these are convenience items. Like convenience is different than like competitive integrity. Like like
Yeah,
convenience is different than an advantage. Like it's convenient to get a level boost. It's not an advantage to have a level boost.
Like an
Um,
advantage would be if you could boot into Overwatch or COD or CS:GO and pay $30 to like output 5% more damage on every shot. That would be pay to win. That would be unfair. But as far as I know, there's nothing of the sort, and there
no,
never will be.
no. So I thought that was just one of those things that was kind of interesting. I don't know. I was like, we haven't talked about that. I'd kind of like to touch on it because, like, I think it's a topic that gets brought up a lot. And, like, it should be definitely brought up more about mobile games. I didn't even think about that until we started talking about it. Mobile games are, like, hugely pay to win.
But that's
Um,
also the only way that they can get their
right,
funding, and they're
right,
not like balanced, and that's not why people play them.
right. So, like, I understand it to a point. It's like gotcha games, you know what I mean? Where you just, like,
Yeah,
they're just a money dump, a cash grab, per se. Um, Okay. Well, other than that, I've been watching a bunch of E3 stuff over the past couple days, and it's still going on into this week. I think it ends on like Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know if you've been watching anything, Suave. Is there
I
anything
have
that you?
not.
Okay, I was gonna say, is there anything you have that you're hype that's coming out of E3? Because
I haven't really had time to watch anything.
I have some. I played Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle with Luke, and we still have yet to finish it, but we're pretty far into it. And they announced a new one of those. It's gonna be set in the Mario Galaxy universe, which I think is gonna be kind of sick. I don't think anybody expected it. What the funny part is Nintendo leaked it on their own website.
Yeah, I heard
Like,
about
like,
that.
like I was like, Nintendo's usually the one that doesn't leak anything. So that was kind of interesting to see. Um, there was obviously Back for Blood, which looks amazing. There was another game today made by Bethesda, and the name's slipping my mind right now. But it's like a co-op vampire, like you're hunting down vampires, and it looks pretty cool.
It's kind of like Faz except vampire.
No, they haven't said if it's first or third person shooter, but like you have like abilities and
Uh-huh.
different things. It looked interesting from the bit they showed. Um, my biggest hype thing coming out of E3 is the new Halo because the multiplayer is going to be free to play, which means there's no reason for anybody not to be able to play it, which I think is pretty dope. The campaign's buy to play, but if you have Game Pass, you get it for free, so it doesn't matter. Um,
Hmm.
but I think the fact that it's the multiplayer is gonna be free to play is really gonna help like the longevity and the growth of the game. The trailer they showed today was insane. They had like there's a grappling hook now. They showed a guy grappling hook to the ceiling and then no scope headshot somebody.
Oh, that's
Uh,
sick.
they had one where like the guy plasma grenaded the energy sword to himself, grabbed it, and then killed somebody. And they showed a bunch of different cosmetic items for the Spartans. So I thought that looked sick. The single player they showed like a scope of like how big the world is, like just one part of it, and it's huge. It looks insane. Other than that, Slime Rancher 2 was something Luke was really excited about. I've watched him play that a bit, and that's pretty cool. Other than that, I can't really. Most of the stuff I'm excited for is in the Nintendo Direct this week. I didn't watch. Oh, the Square Enix one. I didn't watch today because I fell asleep getting Logan down for a nap. But they showed off Final Fantasy Origins, which is made by Team Ninja, and it's going to be a Souls-like Final Fantasy game.
Huh.
There's a demo for it. I'm going to try it out. It actually like goes back to like Final Fantasy 1 stuff, like it is the origins of Garland and how he became Chaos. Like he was the original Warrior of Light sent over to fight Chaos, so that's pretty sick. Um, I don't know. Bunch of cool stuff coming out. Uh, I mentioned, oh, my last one that I was looking forward to was Naraka Blade Point, which I don't know if I streamed that. I know I showed it to you, Suave, and some of the other peeps in Discord, but it's
Oh
like
yeah, that game.
that game looks sick.
When's
Um,
it coming out?
August 12th, they have a beta that's a week long next week, so I'll be streaming that. Um, I am looking forward to that game. I'm actually surprised because they showed a trailer. They already made a new character. There's a new weapon, and then they announced pre-orders. And I originally thought the game was going to be free to play. And I have no issue with it being buy to play. I'm just surprised that it is because the way they marketed it was as a battle royale, which is what it is, but like they didn't market any of the other game modes that were in the beta, and I find that strange. Because like there was like a team deathmatch mode. There was a couple other modes too where you got to like just focus on parrying and stuff that wasn't all just about battle royale. Um, but I saw people complaining that it was buy to play, even though like the price point was $20. I don't think that's bad for the level of development. Like if you've seen the game, like it looks really clean. You can fully customize the way your character looks in the sense of like you can fully edit their face and everything. Um, I saw people making like Piccolo, Yoda, all sorts of stuff. So
Some
yeah,
amalgamations.
some amalgamations. I was just really surprised people being that upset about a $20 price point. I don't think that's that bad. People were like, "Well, the game's gonna die because of 20. It's gonna cost $20," and I was like, "Wow."
Said no one ever for
That
any game.
I was just I was shocked. I was like reading through comments and people were really upset about it. And I was like, I mean, I understand that some people's logic of it should be free to play and then you pay for cosmetics because that will make them more money in the long haul. And it might, but like they also need money to be able to like put the game out and have like good servers and things like that and a good anti cheat. Like those are all things that you need. Um, and I think it had like the highest concurrent or the highest playtest numbers on any Steam game ever when they did the playtest last time. I think it had like one.
Hmm.
It had over 1 million playtest players. It had 148,000 concurrent players at one point during the playtest, which is insane.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Really looking forward to that. I'll be playing it on stream this week. You can go check that out. If you want to check out the VOD for this or the other episodes, if you go to twitch.tv/BlaiseMcBaine, they'll be there. I'm going to work on highlighting those episodes and then exporting them and putting them on YouTube as well for people that want to watch the YouTube version of it. But we'll continue putting them out via Podbean, which will then post to Spotify, Apple, and Google. So every place that you like to listen. Other than that, shout outs. I think I shouted out Boss earlier. I want to shout out Real Witching Hours. I mentioned their hours on Twitch last week. I believe it's 9:30 to 11:30 pretty much every day of the week. Sometimes they go over that. And they post out weekly YouTube content as well, so go check that out. Oh, and I forgot the other thing. I forgot one other thing out of E3. I just remembered. I don't play Sea of Thieves, but I want to now because they added Jack Sparrow, and there's like a whole like Disney like Pirates of the Caribbean like thing they're doing with
That's
Davy
sick.
Jones and everything. Like it looked awesome. Um, good for them. I just thought it looked sick. I was watching it. I was like, I don't play Sea of Thieves, but I kind of want to now. And it's a free update. Like it's not a paid expansion or anything. So I will say that the Microsoft show and them showing off like a lot of the content is just insane. Like everything's like in Game Pass. It's such a good value to like be able to do that and not have to pay for physical copies of games. And if you're watching on Twitch, I have like tons of physical copies of games. I don't know if the camera moves over that far. But yeah, there's tons. There's tons upon tons of physical copies of games in my house, and even I think Game Pass is a really good value. Um, but that's all I got. I think it'll be a little bit of a shorter episode this week, but I'd rather have an episode out than not. Do you have any shout outs, Suave?
Shout out to Bill for being such a gamer in the chat.
True, dude. Bill is a gamer.
True.
He is the gamer of the gamers.
He is the epitome of gamer.
Oh, should I bring up the snackies before we head out?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Shout out to
okay. Okay. Shout
Snackies.
out to Snackies. We're not sponsored, but my son comes in the other day, runs in. He's like, Dad. And I was like, what's up, man? He's like, will you get me a Snackies cup? And I said, no, I'm not getting you a Snackies cup. Um, and this led down the rabbit hole of Bill going to make an Asgard Arcami Snackies cup via, I think he used MS Paint. I don't know. But and then it led to like a Twitter post of like what the community want or what I think the community wants and what they actually want. It's like a full arena, like getting ready to like watch something, and then it's a Snackies cup with an Asgard Arcami logo on the other side. So shout out to Snackies for making something that everybody wants, dude. Uh, but that's it for this week episode. We will see you again next week, and hope you all have a good one. Bye.
Peace.
Snackies, dude. I almost forgot about the snackies.
How?